The summer survey of area businesses has just come out, done by the Providence Business News, and the paper's editor is Mark Murphy, who joins us now with some of the survey results. Growth continues, reads the headline, but for how long? A couple of things that you're focusing on in this survey based on the results, and that's the lack of qualified workers and a change in the actual level, I guess, of optimism of new business.
Well, there are a couple of reasons for that. I think that the lack of qualified workers, which has been identified for a couple of years, even though more people are working in Rhode Island, it seems that there's potential for even more to be working. And so there have been a lot of job training programs created, a retooling of the job training that the state does to try to really connect with businesses and fill their needs. But the other piece of it that comes out, there's also a little bit of uncertainty. And as we know, businesses like certainty. You don't want to invest in something if you're not sure or relatively sure that it's going to pay off, whether it's people or equipment. The issues on the national scene are really having an effect on a lot of folks here. Is that the uncertainty that's coming out of Washington and international relations and trade and tariffs has got people saying, wait a minute, we're going to hold off because we're not sure what's going to happen.
Hold off on hiring more.
Hiring more or investing. Now, there aren't people saying that. The thing is, on the downside, we don't see a lot of people saying, well, we're going to let people go, we're going to close plants, we're going to do all that. So it's not that they're not doing well. And a lot of the issues, even though not as many people say that they're doing better than they did last year, but not as many are saying that they're doing worse either. So they're doing the same, and if last year they were doing better, then they're doing well. So it's not that the companies aren't functioning well, it's not that businesses aren't healthy, it's just that that next step, they're really unsure that they want to take it.
Yeah, and until more clarity, I think, comes out from the Trump White House about tariffs, since the president's been all over the map on that, that would ease the uncertainty, no?
That would be a large direction to doing that. But the other thing is, of course, that the uncertainty is not just playing out here in the U.S., but it's playing out internationally. And so there are a lot of emerging markets that are in greater turmoil than we are. And so if that business gets hurt, then you might start seeing it in a sense, drag down the world economy. And so far, we haven't seen so much of that, but there's certainly potential there.
Now, the survey also has a lot of other bits of information, but if I'm reading it correctly, the second quarter this year is better than the first quarter this year, according to these people who answered your questions, but business is not as good as it was last year.
A year ago,
yeah.
Right. That's it. We asked them, sort of looking at it a 12-month versus quarter to quarter, and also projecting out into the future. So more people expect the economy to be improved, far more than expect it not to be as good, but it's still not as strong as you might think it could be.
Lots of other good information in this survey, which is in the current edition of the Providence Business News in print or online. And Mark Murphy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Frank.